studies out today that draw the same disturbing conclusion. Americans are not winning their battle against obesity.
We spend our lives being paranoid about death, murder, homicide, you name it. It's on the front page of every paper, CNN. Look at homicide at the bottom, for God's sake.
Americans are not winning their battle against obesity.
The World Health Organization says the number of obese children and teens is now 10 times higher.
Obesity, a condition where excess body fat has accumulated to an extent where it has negative effects on health. Type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, heart diseases, strokes, pregnancy problems, and certain cancers are all symptoms and effects of obesity, and the list doesn't stop here.
Obesity is not a subjective thing. It's when you base it on science and just health standards and everything. It's a real hazard to just someone's lifestyle, and so no matter if it's just one person being obese in the U.S. or 30%, I would say it's a very prevalent problem that needs to be addressed in a more practical and objective manner, instead of just telling people, oh, just exercise more or diet better. There needs to be not just kind of like a teaching mentality towards obesity. It needs to be a lifestyle change and more of like a mentoring and guiding mentality towards it.
Do you think that obesity is a problem today?
I do think obesity is a problem in the United States. I think the readiness of meals and food and the fast-paced world of everyone wanting to get stuff quickly has added to it.
Do you think that obesity is a problem?
I mean, if you just base it on statistics, yeah. There's a very large population just in the U.S. alone that can be categorized as extremely obese.
Do you think obesity is a problem?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I do.
Yes.
I don't know. Maybe try it. Yes.
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 Reasons why people become obese are because healthy food prices are too expensive for people to buy on a regular basis, while bad foods, such as junk foods and fast foods, are the cheap action. Advertising from huge food brands such as Kellogg's and Coca-Cola causes young children to become obese early. Our society is so mesmerized by cheap prices and the amount of food that is produced that high schoolers at Henry M. Jackson High School would rather choose the unhealthy choice rather than the healthy one. At Henry M. Jackson High School, about 75% of 350 students on a poll said they'd rather choose to eat unhealthy foods like pizza or cookies rather than a healthy alternative like salads or fruits. The United States is the most obese industrialized country in the world. A 2016 report stated that 36.5% of Americans were obese, compared to 14% in the mid-1970s. Obesity accounts for 10% of deaths in healthcare spending in the United States. Proponents contend that obesity is a disease because it meets the definition of disease. It decreases life expectancy and impairs the normal functioning of the body, and it can be caused by genetic factors. About obesity, so the question is, do you feel that there are more obese people today than in the past 20 years?
Yes.
Why would you say that?
Because fast food places are like more popular now.
Popular?
Yeah.
What makes them so popular?
Cheap prices
Cheap
and
prices.
fast delivery.
Cheap prices. Do you feel that stores should lower healthier food prices?
Yes.
Thank you. How do you feel parents can affect obese kids in the society today?
Well, I think like anything else, parents can affect their kids by helping them eat better, providing better food in the house, making sure they set a grocery list that involves, fruits, vegetables, things that are good for you.
Thank you.
Your child will live a life 10 years younger than you because of the landscape of food that we've built around them. 2/3 of this room today in America are statistically overweight or obese. I want to show a picture of my friend Brittany. She's 16 years old. She's got 6 years to live because of the food that she's eaten. She's the third generation of Americans that hasn't grown up in a food environment where they've been taught to cook at home or in school, or her mum, or her mum's mum. She has 6 years to live. She's eating her liver to death. Stacey, the Edwards family. This is a normal family, guys. Stacey does her best, but she's third generation as well. She was never taught to cook at home or at school. The family's obese. Justin here, 12 years old, he's 350 pounds. He gets bullied, for God's sake. The daughter there, Katie, she's 4 years old. She's obese before she even gets to primary school. Marissa, she's all right. She's one of your lot. But you know what? Her father, who was obese, died in her arms. And then the second most important man in her life, her uncle, died of obesity. And now her stepdad is obese. You see, the thing is, obesity and diet-related disease doesn't just hurt the people that have it, it's all of their friends, families, brothers, sisters. Pastor Steve, an inspirational man, one of my early allies in Huntington, West Virginia. He's at the sharp knife edge of this problem. He has to bury the people, okay? And he's fed up with it. He's fed up with burying his friends, his family, his community. Come winter, 3 times as many people die. He's sick of it. This is preventable disease, waste of life. By the way, this is what they get buried in. We're not geared up to do this. Can't even get them out the door, and I'm being serious. Can't even get them there.
You can prevent obesity. Save up for healthy foods, even if they are expensive. Prevent yourself from becoming obese by not giving in to advertisement from big food brands. Last off, disease is becoming more common. Obesity can lead to lower life expectancy. Food. Food is what turns our society into obese people today. We're gonna go figure out how people become obese. Obesity is a problem? Depends. Depends.
I was there, but...
I'm chewing. Do you think that obesity is a problem? Shake my hand, yes? Don't. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Aiden, and today we're asking Carter, and hello. Do you feel that wait, oh shoot, I messed up. Do you feel the food industry today is affecting
It's horrible.
It
population?
is horrible.
They're breeding a bunch of crap in our food.
GMOs, preservatives. What even are those? Gluten. I mean,
Lily, kids are dying from too much food, and our thing is kids are dying from less food.
they're videotaping hunger. I mean, obesity.
Oh yeah, every 10 seconds a child dies of hunger.
Horrible.
Every 10 seconds?
Don't. Every 10 seconds, a child dies of hunger.